Do you know what are the best types of cheese for the elderly? For the elderly, it is very important to choose the right type of cheese for a healthy diet. So here are 4 types of cheese that are good for the elderly. Number 1, cheddar cheese. This cheese is rich in calcium and vitamin D, which is very good for strong bones. Not only that, but cheddar cheese also contains antioxidants that protect your heart from oxidative damage. No. 2, mozzarella cheese. This Italian cheese is famous for its mild flavor and is a great source of protein and calcium. It is also rich in vitamins A and B, which can help reduce inflammation and support healthy skin. No. 3, Parmesan cheese. This hard, salty cheese is packed with protein and calcium. It also contains vitamin K, which is important for blood clotting and preventing osteoporosis. No. 4, blue cheese. Yes, this cheese with a pungent smell is actually good for the elderly because it contains beneficial bacteria that support gut health. It also contains a lot of calcium and vitamin D. Now, let's talk about 4 cheeses that the elderly should avoid. Processed cheese, Velveeta cheese, nacho cheese, and any cheese with mold. Remember, if you are over 60 years old, you should be careful when choosing cheese. The wrong type of cheese can cause health problems such as high blood pressure, digestive issues, or even heart disease. So choose wisely. Your health is in your hands. The 4th food that you should eat is mozzarella cheese, especially mozzarella from buffalo milk or fresh mozzarella. I want to know whether you agree with me or not. If you are still watching this video, please type the number 1 in the comments section. If you disagree, type the number 0. One of the best cheeses you can use after the age of 60 is mozzarella, provided it is fresh and minimally processed. Fresh mozzarella made from water buffalo milk, salt, rennet, and bacteria is truly special. This purity makes it a cheese that is high in protein, low in sodium, and relatively low in saturated fat. A 2022 study published in the European Journal of Nutrition showed that elderly people who ate fresh cheeses like Mozzarella with low salt content had improved vascular elasticity and fewer flare-ups of arthritis. The high calcium to sodium ratio and natural anti-inflammatory properties may be the reason for this. The balance of fresh mozzarella is a plus for the elderly because it contains little lactose. It's easy to digest and rich in essential minerals such as calcium, phosphorus, and selenium. Buffalo milk contains higher levels of vitamin A and zinc, as well as stronger antioxidant capacity. These nutrients are very important for the elderly in maintaining a healthy immune system and good eyesight. 3 foods that you should eat to feel great in your 60s and beyond. The first one is mozzarella cheese. Not only is it delicious, but also very versatile in cooking. You can enjoy it in a simple salad or melt it on grilled vegetables. Or you can slice it on top of tomatoes with basil and olive oil for a beautiful presentation and a burst of flavor in your mouth. Plus, mozzarella is a great source of calcium, protein, and vitamin D, which supports the immune system, bones, and cardiovascular health without causing bloating or high blood pressure. So it's perfect for a light and healthy meal every day. The 3rd food that you should eat is feta cheese. Feta is often surprising to many people when it comes to healthy cheeses because of its salty and sour taste. But the truth is that feta cheese is one of the healthiest cheeses for people over 60 when consumed in moderation. Feta is usually made from sheep's milk or a mixture of sheep's and goat's milk, which has a special protein structure that is easy for the aging digestive system to handle. And it contains less lactose, which is milk sugar, than cheese made from cow's milk. So it's easier to digest. Feta cheese is also a great source of calcium, protein, and vitamin B12, all of which are important to maintain healthy nerve function, strong bones, and muscle mass as we age. But what makes feta cheese really outstanding is that it contains probiotics, which are beneficial bacteria that are essential for gut health. Probiotic foods like feta can help improve digestion, reduce bloating, and even support immune function. 2 foods that you should definitely eat if you are above 50. No, 1 is feta. This salty. Crumbly cheese is made from sheep or goat milk and has a distinctive salty taste that helps you feel satisfied without needing to use too much. Just a small amount is enough to make your food tasty without loading up on calories or sodium. And because it's so crumbly, it helps you control portions naturally. Just add a little to your roasted vegetables or salad. It will make the dish more nutritious and attractive. And if you are worried about the salt content, rinse the feta before using. This can reduce sodium content by up to 30%, making it safer for those with high blood pressure. The second food that you should eat is Swiss cheese. With its unique small holes and mild nutty flavor, Swiss cheese brings many wonderful health benefits to the elderly. One of the most outstanding points of Swiss cheese is its surprisingly low sodium content. Only about 54 milligrams per ounce, up to 75% lower than most other hard cheeses. Therefore, Swiss cheese becomes a great choice for the elderly who want to enjoy traditional cheese while still controlling their blood pressure or cardiovascular diseases. Swiss cheese is also one of the natural cheeses that does not contain lactose because the long aging process has reduced lactose almost completely. This is the first food that you should eat after 60 years old. With about 220 milligrams of calcium per ounce, Swiss cheese is an excellent source of calcium. It helps elderly people who are experiencing bone density loss due to aging to meet their higher calcium needs. The protein content in Swiss cheese is also impressive. Nearly 8 g per ounce provides essential amino acids to counteract muscle loss that usually accelerates. After age 60, the high vitamin B12 content in Swiss cheese provides nearly 16% of the daily recommendation per ounce. It's especially beneficial for brain health as it improves B12 absorption. And you know, older adults have a problem absorbing B12, which can affect cognitive function. In addition, recent studies show that the unique fatty acid composition of Alpine-style cheeses like Finisple lait, like Swiss cheese, may help reduce signs of inflammation in the elderly. And here's an interesting fact. The holes in Swiss cheese actually play a practical role. They are created by bacteria releasing gas during aging. This helps to break down cheese components over time, making Swiss cheese easier to digest. That's why the first food that you should eat after 60 years old is goat cheese. Not only is it a delicious, creamy dish, goat cheese is also one of the most nutritious, anti-inflammatory, and easy-to-digest cheeses available today. The short and medium-chain fatty acids in goat's milk make its natural lipid structure more easily digested by the body. This makes goat cheese an ideal choice for the elderly, especially those who have difficulty digesting cow's milk cheeses. As we age, it's natural to feel discomfort in our joints and muscles, but also to experience a decrease in our immune system. But what if there was a superfood that could help us with both of these issues? Enter goat cheese. Goat cheese is a great source of vitamin D, calcium, and phosphorus, which are important for maintaining strong bones and reducing the risk of osteoporosis. The unsaturated fatty acids in goat cheese can help reduce inflammation, which is especially beneficial for the elderly who may be suffering from arthritis or muscle pain. But that's not all. Goat cheese is also a good source of probiotic bacteria, which are beneficial for gut health and can help boost the immune system. These probiotics can help improve digestion and reduce bloating and discomfort, which are common issues for many elderly individuals. In addition, goat cheese is a great source of other important nutrients like zinc and selenium, which are important for tissue regeneration and thyroid health, respectively. So if you're looking for a delicious and nutritious way to support your health as you age, try incorporating goat cheese into your diet. Whether you prefer it on whole grain bread, mixed in a salad, or served with fruits like apples or pears, goat cheese is a versatile ingredient that can help you create a nutritious and easy-to-digest snack. 4 types of cheese that you should consume after 60. Goat cheese may be the healthiest, most nutritious cheese on the planet, but most people don't know it. Goat cheese contains healthy omega-3 fats and a special form of vitamin A that helps improve memory and cognitive function. In fact, Scientists are currently studying whether eating nutritious cheese like goat cheese can help prevent disease and even delay age-related cognitive decline. Goat cheese also has clear labeling. You know exactly what you're getting. No additives, no artificial ingredients. Unlike processed cheeses, goat cheese retains its natural flavor and health benefits whether sprinkled on salads, spread on whole grain bread, or combined with vegetables in an omelet. For cheeses to avoid after 60. American cheese. Although it may remind you of childhood, grilled cheese sandwiches from your favorite diner, this cheese-like product should not be part of your diet as you get older. In fact, American cheese is not really cheese. It's a processed food made by mixing real cheese with emulsifiers, added salts, artificial coloring, and preservatives. The sodium content alone is a concern, as a slice of American cheese contains about 15% of the daily recommended sodium intake. This added salt can significantly affect blood pressure control for the elderly, especially those facing cardiovascular issues or high blood pressure. 3 cheeses to avoid as you get older. As we age, our gut health becomes more and more important. And did you know that the emulsifiers used to create the creamy texture in American cheese have been linked to gut microbiota disruption? Not to mention the artificial phosphates that can interfere with calcium absorption. A serious problem for the elderly who are already struggling with age-related bone loss. When these phosphate additives were studied in older adults, they found an alarming link to accelerated arterial calcification, meaning the natural hardening of the arteries that occurs with aging happens faster. Now, I'm not saying to avoid all cheese, just the ones with these additives. There are plenty of other cheese options that can satisfy your cravings without all the extra worries. So when you're in a hurry, don't sacrifice your health for convenience. And steer clear of blue cheese, a favorite among many. But here's the catch. The distinctive mold in blue cheese is not only for flavor. It's a type of fungus that produces biogenic amines like tyramine and histamine. Now, these substances are no joke. They can lead to migraines, a significant increase in blood pressure, and even arrhythmia. And here's why. As we age, our enzyme activity decreases, which means these substances can linger in our bodies longer than they should. A 2023 study published in Food Chemistry showed just how dangerous this can be for the elderly. So if you're over 65, it's best to skip the blue cheese, at least when you're not feeling well. 2 cheeses you should never eat, especially if you're over 60. Number 1 is blue cheese. You see, blue cheese has high levels of mold, and while some people enjoy the taste of moldy bread, this is a different story. Not only does it increase your risk of getting Listeria infection, which can be life-threatening, especially if you have a weakened immune system, but it can also strike silently. Early symptoms may be just mild palpitations, a sharp headache, or flushed face. But if left untreated, it can lead to chest tightness, tinnitus, and a heavy pressure feeling. Often mistaken as signs of aging or stress, these are actually signs of your vascular system being destroyed by neurotoxin overload. And if you have kidney problems or high blood pressure, blue cheese is a big no. With over 400 milligrams of sodium per ounce, it's one of the highest salt cheeses on the market. Some varieties have sodium levels that are double that amount. And when you combine that with the high fat content in many blue cheese variations, you are looking at a perfect storm that can cause artery blockage and high blood pressure. Many people don't associate eating their favorite piece of blue cheese with frequent headaches or stomach aches. But it is often the culprit behind chronic, unexplained symptoms in the elderly. 3 dangerous things about cream cheese that nobody ever tells you. I'm a doctor. And although cream cheese is a staple in many people's diet, especially for breakfast, it can be dangerous for your health. The first problem is that it contains very little protein and is very high in saturated fat. In other words, it provides little nutrition but a lot of calories, which can lead to weight gain and fat storage, especially in the abdominal area. This is because it does not meet the real nutritional needs of the body. Instead, it only provides empty calories that can easily lead to excess fat. The second problem is that it is a food that is often contaminated with bacteria because of its soft texture. This can lead to serious illness, especially in elderly people who have weaker immune systems. Symptoms of listeriosis include fever, headache, and stiff neck. And in severe cases, it can even lead to sepsis. And the third problem is that many people don't realize that cream cheese often contains added sugars. These sugars can raise insulin levels, promote fat storage, and increase inflammation in the body. So if you're over 60, be careful when eating cream cheese because it can be a triple threat to your health. This is the most dangerous cheese for people over 60. At the top of the list to avoid are spreadable processed cheeses. The type of cheese often found in plastic tubs, jars, or small foil-wrapped portions. They may seem harmless, especially when advertised as child-friendly or easy to spread. But don't be fooled. They're extremely dangerous. You see, spreadable processed cheese is not just soft cheese. It is chemically processed, emulsified, and stabilized with artificial substances such as sodium phosphate, a preservative linked to kidney damage. Over time, these additives put pressure on the kidneys, potentially leading to kidney failure or other kidney diseases. And that's not just a side hypothesis. Phosphate additives in processed foods have been linked to kidney health decline in many studies, including one from the National Kidney Foundation of the United States. But that's only the beginning. In addition, some spreadable cheeses contain a lot of trans fats or partially hydrogenated oils, which have been banned in many countries but still exist in some cheap cheese products. Trans fats increase the risk of heart attack and stroke by raising bad cholesterol and lowering good cholesterol. This is the one type of cheese you should throw away after you turn 60. People often think that soft, spreadable cheese is lighter than hard cheese, but it's actually much worse. So before you indulge in that creamy goodness, listen up. You see, as you age, your body becomes more prone to inflammation. And guess what? That soft cheese you love so much is loaded with synthetic chemicals that cause inflammation. Studies show that eating spreadable cheese can lead to faster cognitive decline in people over 60. Yes, you heard that right. It's like a ticking time bomb for your brain. But here's the twist. Not all cheese is bad for you. In fact, some varieties can be part of a healthy diet. Hard cheeses like cheddar or Swiss cheese are your best bet. They not only taste delicious, but also provide essential nutrients like protein and calcium. Plus, they contain antioxidants that promote brain health. So if you're over 60, it's time to ditch the soft, spreadable cheese and say hello to hard cheese. Your taste buds and your brain will thank you for it. 4 types of cheese that the elderly should eat. Number 1. Fresh mozzarella. This cheese is high in protein, low in sodium, and rich in minerals like calcium and phosphorus, which are important for maintaining cardiovascular health, bones, and muscle strength. Number 2. Goat cheese. It's easier to digest than cow's milk, and it's rich in essential nutrients like vitamin D, calcium, and selenium. 3. Swiss cheese. It has a low sodium content and is a good source of protein and fat, which can help lower blood pressure and reduce the risk of heart disease. 4. Feta. This cheese is high in protein and calcium, and it's a good source of vitamins A and D. It can help maintain bone health and prevent osteoporosis. On the other hand, there are also 4 types of cheese that the elderly should avoid. 1. American cheese. This cheese is high in sodium and saturated fat, which can raise blood pressure and increase the risk of heart disease and kidney disease. 2. Blue cheese. It contains harmful additives like nitrates and nitrites, which have been linked to an increased risk of cancer. 3. Cream cheese. This cheese is high in fat and calories, which can contribute to weight gain and obesity. And 4. Spreadable processed cheeses. These cheeses are often high in sodium and saturated fat and may contain harmful bacteria like listeria, which can cause serious illness in the elderly.